Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
What's going on, beautiful people? Thank y'all for joining us again here today at the Prime Real Estate Network. Myself, Larry W. Brooks, I'm excited just to be in front of you again, just to give you some nuggets, some gems in this real estate industry. We have an exciting guest that's going to be with us today. We'll go in more details to that, but I want you guys to always know you can most definitely catch me on social media platforms at Texas Real Estate King. That's across any of the sites. You can also find me on my website for more intimate details on what I have going on, books that may be out there for you, and just additional information that you may be seeking when it comes to real estate. I want you to go to LarryWBrooks.com. Again, that's LarryWBrooks.com. But again, thank you for joining us another week. We're excited about the information that we're putting out today, and I'm gonna give you guys my exciting host. If you don't know this guy, this is a guy to know, Mr. Ric Davis. Ric D.
Thank you, Larry. Welcome, everyone, to the Prime Real Estate Network. I'm Ric Davis. You can follow me on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. This show today is one that's very, very close to my heart. Our guest today is not only a friend, but we worked together professionally for a number of years. She provides a service that is invaluable. She's a giver. She's someone who has dedicated her professional life to serving the public. Today, our very, very special guest is Dr. Cynthia C.C. Jennings. Not only is she the lead Houston marketing representative for the Credit Repairman, she is also the founder of Revolving Heart Outreach Ministries. So with no further ado, I want to introduce everyone to our lovely guest, Dr. Cynthia C.C. Jennings.
Oh, Rick, that was awesome.
It was, wasn't it?
It was awesome.
You almost want to tell him, do it again, Rick. Do it
again. One more time. Absolutely. Well, I will say it is a pleasure. It is a pleasure for you to invite me out just to be a part of what you're doing and to really, give the information that will empower people.
Yes, ma'am.
To be the best that they can be, to live the best that they can live, and actually have the knowledge to continue to grow.
And I thank you again for coming because Larry and I, when we talk and we throw ideas off of each other about who will have as guests, what type of information we want to get out to our viewing public, we take it very seriously because we feel like it's a responsibility that we have to delineate the type of information that can empower people, that can light a spark to get people to move forward and step out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely.
And when it comes down to credit restoration, helping people fix past mistakes, helping people move forward and get out of their comfort zone and move forward towards the goal of owning homes and home ownership, there was no one else that I could think about that I think would do an outstanding job of illustrating these facts and points to people than yourself. So once again, I want to thank you so much for coming and being on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Larry, I had people who've been checking us out the last couple of weeks, and I've been getting some direct messages, text messages to my cell phone. And one thing that people want me to ask you is, when are we going to have a Prime Real Estate Network function?
Okay.
Something in the community.
Yeah.
A lot of times I tell the people that I speak with personally, I was like, we and Larry, we discuss these things. And if this is something that people really want, I think this is something that we need to start putting on the calendar.
I can agree with that.
And it's funny because a friend of ours who shall remain nameless, I ran into this weekend. And they told me, they say, I saw you in Larry's podcast, man. I have an event coming up.
Okay.
And if you guys would like to do something remotely from that event, I was like, oh, wow, that is outstanding. Thanks for thinking about us. So I wanted to publicly put that in the atmosphere because I made a promise to ask you about that today.
You did it.
It is funny because we're going to come back after our first break. I want to get into speaking with Miss Jennings about her career, where she started, some of her influences and mentors, and how she actually got to the place she is today. So after we have this short break from our sponsors, we'll get into our interview with Miss Jennings. Thanks again. Thanks for coming back with us today. Our guest today is Dr. Cynthia Jennings. I want to give her an opportunity to speak to everyone out there about her journey, some of the work that she's done in the community, and how is her community outreach efforts. So, Ms. Jennings, could you please speak to the public about some of your background, where you started, and who've been some of your biggest influences?
All right. Well, I tell you, I am a woman of many hats. I actually have a very diversified background. I do have my doctorate degree in theology and counseling, but my passion, my love, is really helping the community.
Okay.
I started out in law enforcement. I have my degree in law enforcement and criminal justice, actually, and once I started becoming a mommy, that kind of changed the whole landscape of things.
I can understand.
So as time would continue to evolve, it still kept me in front of this desire to help people. And about a year ago, the doors opened to where I was given an opportunity to become the regional marketing director for the credit repairman. This still filtered in that opportunity for me to help people. I've always watched growing up, and I'm from the country. I'm a country girl. I might be glammed up a little bit, but I'm a country girl at heart. And I always saw my grandmother helping people, feeding people, empowering people, praying for people, giving them information that would help them live better. So this was something that was instilled in me. So in any aspect, any job, any function, I find that key to unlock to help somebody else.
You know, it's funny, especially in our line of work, if you can help people solve problems, you're invaluable.
Absolutely.
And someone like yourself, and I'm speaking from a personal perspective because, of course, we've worked together for quite some time.
Right.
The problems that you are able to help my clients work through are some of the things that in their world are some of the biggest obstacles that they've ever encountered.
Yes.
And what I've always found from the clients that I've worked with who've worked with you, for lack of a better term, your bedside manner, the way that your consultations flow, you are able to help people see things from a perspective that they might not have necessarily taken into account before speaking with you.
Right.
So could you please speak to our audience how your ministry and your public service all coalesce itself when you're speaking to people about credit restoration, financial empowerment, that type of thing?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I'll tell you, you have to gain trust.
Mm-hmm.
You
Absolutely.
have to
That's
gain
right.
the trust of people. And I am just as down to earth and easy to talk to. I often open up our conversation with, all right, we're going to take a walk down memory lane, because some of the stuff that people have done when it comes to their credit and their decisions financially has been really trial and error. So when you make a person feel at ease about the mistakes that they have possibly made to get them to that point that they need credit restoration, it brings a whole different atmosphere. And you have to gain the trust of people in order for them to open up and share their most intimate details with you.
How do you break through the barrier of fear and anxiety? I know a lot of times when I speak with clients, especially on that initial consultation, the level of anxiety and fear that I've noticed is sometimes on a scale of 1 to 10 in the 8 to 9 range. But after I introduce them to you and they have opportunity to speak with you, a lot of times that anxiety level drops drastically. And I've always wondered, because of course I've never been able to listen in on one of your consultations.
Eavesdrop.
Exactly. But what is it? Is it you are, since you're such classically trained and you have a doctorate and you're very, very great as far as public speaking and your tone and communication style, is it that, or is it that you think that your connection with your clients is deeper than anything that they might have encountered with other people as far as financial analysts, credit restoration people? What is it that you think is your particular, because it's magical. And I've always just wondered, what is it that Miss Cynthia does? And where is it that you think is your biggest positive trait that your clients would illustrate if I were to have one of them here when it comes to working with you?
I would say one of the biggest assets that, I've been given is to connect with the heart of people. I take the doctorate off, I take the pastor role off, and I share my experience, because I've been in credit restoration before.
Yes, ma'am.
I know the challenges. I know what it is to not have. I know what it is to have. So I come down to a level of, this is just us talking.
Yeah.
I
totally agree.
We're having this conversation because we need to fix this.
Yeah.
When you take a journey with someone to help them get to where they need to be, they ultimately open up and trust you, because you're not saying you messed up your credit. You should have made this decision better. We're going to fix this. And I'm with you. I'm accessible and available. And we're going to get to where you need to be to reach this goal and make it happen.
That's right. So even when you're thinking about that, as you work with people with their credit restorations, what are some of the things, what is the biggest fear that most people have when it comes to, hey, I need to get my credit fixed? What is their but?
Their but is often, is this going to work?
Wow.
Is this going to work? You have people that will take a gamble on doing a scratch off, playing the lottery, rolling the dice.
Yes.
But I tell people, why not invest in you? I mean, what is it going to hurt?
Right.
And the initial consultation to do credit repair programs with the credit repairmen, we initially do the credit evaluation for $1.
Wow.
Now, come on.
You got to invest in you. But when you say it, I totally agree. A lot of times
30
people,
minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes of your time. This is all it takes.
Yeah. And this is to help you out.
Yes.
Because, I think, I've been in real estate 17 years, and throughout that 17 years, there's nothing that I have not seen on these credit repairs. On these credit reports. And so a lot of times just taking the time, like you said, to sit down and find out what it is, because it's not going to just automatically go away one day, guys. It just doesn't happen. You have got to take the time, sit down with a professional and allow them to analyze and take a look at your background and see how you can either improve on it or how you can figure out how you got there so you don't take yourself there again. But you have to sit down and you have to have someone that's going to go through it with you.
And you have to be willing to be honest. That is one of the biggest things that I tell people when I sit with them.
Yeah.
You don't have to put on an air for me.
Right.
You don't have to pretend, that belonged to my cousin. I believe my mama did that.
Exactly,
She got those lights in my name.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But I try to develop the ease that let's just be real here and see what we need to do to reach that goal. And once we drop that and be transparent, we can make it happen.
Good.
We can make it happen.
And so even when it comes to credit, can student loans be repaired?
Now, that's a multifaceted question. Now, one thing I'll tell you about student loans is that they're not going to just ultimately go away.
They're not going away.
I know we cross our fingers and our pinky toes, but you have to deal with that head on.
Yeah. Because student loans are on every, there. You know, so, okay.
There's some loopholes that I have actually heard of, but personally, in my approach, when people ask me about student loans, I'm very honest because I have them. You need to call that creditor, find out what's available to you. They have so many programs that can actually help you. They can direct you in the path of consolidating those loans.
Yeah.
So you'll have one loan that actually helps you on your credit report. People don't realize that.
I didn't even realize
If you have student loans, you have multiple ones. You need to do your diligence and call to find out if all of those loans can actually be consolidated. Once they're consolidated, on your credit report, if you take a hit and you're late, it's going to be on 1, not 8.
Not 8. You're right.
So,
I see that.
I never
That makes
considered that before.
Yeah.
So you have to really deal with any debt that you're seeing on the profile. You discuss it, find out who the creditor is. And we do a really great thing that I love. When you initially do a consultation with me, I'm pulling that credit report for $1.
Yeah.
We're going to analyze it. Like I said, we take a walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask some questions. I'm going to dig into your business a little bit and find out what it is that I'm seeing. I know what it says on paper. I know what it says on that profile, but did something happen? Because oftentimes there is a story legitimately behind seeing these reports in such a way.
Okay.
Myself personally, I was in our credit repair program. I had cancer. So at the time of me having cancer, there were a lot of medical debts that accrued on my profile. Also, during this time down the road, my husband was in the oil and gas industry, still is, but he took a dive when it took a dive. So there was an adjustment in our income, and the credit report did reflect that there's something that actually has happened here. So when you have someone with a little bit of knowledge to say, okay, so tell me what happens, this will empower the person that's helping to repair your credit with more knowledge about, okay, this is how this letter needs to kind of go.
Okay.
And sending into the credit bureaus. So when the individual is honest, when they're comfortable with who they're doing credit restoration with, you can get a lot more accomplished.
Okay.
And this is something that I would love for you to be able to speak on, because when you were talking about your personal journey, one of the things that you mentioned is that you changed career paths.
Yes.
After you had already started your family.
Yes.
And the thing about that I think is so powerful, and if you could speak towards this, it would be great, because I encounter a lot of single parents.
Okay.
That have recently had maybe a divorce or a union has split. There are certain credit derogatory marks that come when things like that happen.
Right.
Could you speak towards the benefit of having a really strong credit rating? So for all those single moms and single dads who've been laboring with a 540, a 550, a 560, and tangibly don't understand the benefit of having a 640, a 660, a 700 score, because they've never really operated in that space. Yeah. So if you, just as a mother, could you explain to other mothers and fathers the importance of having a strong credit rating, please?
It is a golden ticket to have at least a minimum of 640 or above.
Okay.
When you're in the 700s, you might not hear the word no ever again.
Oh, that's pretty good to know.
That's super strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
700 is that strong?
720.
Yeah.
You can go and speak clear about what you want.
Right.
Our goal when you are enrolled in the credit repair program is to get as much of the negative removed as possible and build the positive. So it's important to educate, telling people how to utilize a credit card. I'm old school. I felt like if I can pay cash for it, I'm good. And so you often have that mindset with people that if they're used to this lifestyle, if they're used to kind of, living from check to check, then giving them additional information is something that they kind of timidly inch at. One thing I will tell you is that you have to give people information that they can use long term.
Absolutely.
So for that single mom or single dad that desire to improve their credit, do better, you empower them with the knowledge of, okay, this is where you are right now, and this is your goal of where you're trying to be.
Wow.
Now, let me give you the tools that even after I've helped you get your credit restored or get repaired, you can still function and continue to increase.
Wow.
And that's where the educational piece comes in. We are very big on educating our customers. If you invest $1,000 in getting your credit repaired, I don't want to see you back in 6 months.
I know that's right.
That's a waste of money.
Ms. Jen, please go ahead.
Well, I
man.
had a random question. So back in and as I was going through college, they always made us sign up for these credit cards and getting us a free T-shirt. Now my question is, because we're more knowledge, you would think that society is more knowledge based. Now, do you still see a large amount of, I guess younger people that you're dealing with or that you're working with coming in with credit cards that they've gotten on the university level? Do you still see a lot of that on these reports?
I do.
Wow.
I do. But not to the magnitude that it has been before.
Yeah.
What I really love about the trend that I'm seeing right now is young people want to get it together so they can
get it
own
together.
some stuff.
That's
And so
outstanding.
they
That's
can be
outstanding.
entrepreneurs and have their own businesses.
Yes.
And when you have good personal credit, business credit is often very easy to
That's right.
to ascertain.
I agree.
Yeah, it's something that I've seen, but I will tell you, it's trending down.
Mm-hmm.
People
Good.
want to get it together.
And this is super powerful. So, Ms. Jennings, please, for everyone that is within earshot and that'll ever see this video, please let them know how they can reach out to you directly so that they can change their life, change their future, and financially empower themselves, please.
Absolutely. You can reach me via inbox with Facebook. I am always accessible through Facebook. You'll find me on our company's website at www.thecreditrepairman.com/Cynthia. It's really simple. And then I am on Instagram. I am on just about every social media platform, LinkedIn, you name it, I'm on there. You look for Dr. Cynthia Jennings and
Dr.
you'll find
Cynthia
me.
Jennings.
Well, thank you so much. Everyone, it's that time of the show. We're going to have a short break, but when we return from the break, we'll have our Real Estate Mythbusters Fact of the Week. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsor.
Thank you. Welcome back, guys. Listen. So, Ms. Jennings,
Okay.
Now, I am someone that has not always had good credit. Now, I will tell you now, I'm working on getting to my 850 if that's possible. Now,
It's
I know
possible.
that it's possible.
It's possible.
So as we think about it, I like to talk about, we get to this part of the thing where we talk about the different myths that's out there. So we know that an 800 credit score is possible.
Yes.
How is it that someone can obtain that? Is it, and I guess my question is it based off of just time, or is there simple ways or simple steps that someone can get to that? But I always want to bust that myth. Someone can get an 850. How is it that that's done? Because I'm trying to get there.
It's so possible.
Okay.
I will tell you, time is important.
Time is important. Okay.
Because the trade lines that are on your profile, they have to age.
Okay.
I will tell you, a lot of people have developed shortcuts by becoming authorized users on older people's accounts.
Uh-huh.
So there are a lot of different ways that it can be obtained.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, doing the right thing consistently is going to get you where you need to be, no matter whether you're doing credit or life.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
So everyone, you heard it here first. The good doctor told you there is a such thing as an 800 credit score.
Yeah.
You can set that as a goal, and we can start setting you up where you can start going towards down that path.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, I want to thank Dr. Cynthia Jennings. I was super duper excited, and you've exceeded my expectations, ma'am. So thank you so much for being on our podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
Once again, I want to thank everyone who's tuned into the Prime Real Estate Network. Once again, I'm Ric Davis. You can follow me on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric, and my co-host.
Thank you guys again for tuning in. Of course, it's nothing but love here, and hopefully we continue. We know we're going to continue to bring you information that's going to allow your lives to grow when it comes to just understanding not only the different areas of real estate, but the key parts of our industry that go together, like credit restoration, mortgage, title. All of these are things that's going to be coming to you that you'll be able to get more information. You can find me on any social media platform at Texas Real Estate King. My website is larrywbrooks.com. I'm excited to also say this past week I launched, or not launched, but I dropped my new book, Rick.
Absolutely.
So it's the Entrepreneur Code book. So you can go to entrepreneurcode.com and actually get that book. It's a bunch of secrets in there, but it really just takes an opportunity to just walk you through my journey of real estate and other businesses that I've helped coach people to build and become very successful. So some steps in there that I'm sharing. But again, Texas Real Estate King, continue to follow us. Rick is going to give you some of the sites that we're going to have our platform on that you can actually follow us as well.
Oh, absolutely. Once again, stay in contact with us. Tune in every week. We'll soon have all of our episodes uploaded to iTunes as well as Stitcher and other streaming services. So definitely follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Stay in tune. We'll stay in contact, and we'll keep bringing you the best in real estate information every week. Thanks again.
Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.